Hello and welcome to week 3 of AC1520, Managerial Accounting and Decision Making. Remember that the contact information is up top with the name, email address, phone number. We also have office hours by request. Best way to request is generally to send an email with a few times that we can then meet, and then we can meet by phone and or screen share at those times. Scrolling down to the current week that we are in, which is week 3, we have the familiar layout. We have the objectives, the topics, and the lessons covering 2 chapters, chapter 22, chapter 23. We touched on chapter 22 last time. We're concentrating on chapter 22 this time, that being our major focus in week 3, covering master budgets. The budgeting process is going to be a crucial part of any business, because it's going to include the planning process, the budget being part of the overarching plan, how we're going to move forward, how we're going to perform in the next time period. The master budget that we will be talking about is going to be a more complex master budget, in that we're talking about a master budget for a manufacturing company that needs to consider the manufacturing process, how much material to buy, how many units are going to be sold, how many hours do we need. And we have to then prepare the budget in a very structured way in order to achieve the goals of the budget. Different types of organizations, we could take out some of that information if we're, for example, in a service business or even in a personal budgeting. But the idea of the plan and involving the whole organization within the plan and starting the budget in a systematic way, usually with sales, what do we think the sales is going to be, is applicable to any business, and is something that really most students kind of relate to very well, the budgeting process. Then we have the flexible budget. We're going to touch on this time, look at it more next time. We're going to have a similar comparison as we did with financial accounting and managerial accounting, in that the master budget is really the thing that the end goal, the one point that we're looking at. The flexible budget gives us some more flexibility, and really that helps to, one, make projections on before the budgeting process, and it also helps after the budgeting process is over for us to analyze where things did well and what did not so well, what areas of the organization we need to improve on. We have the same kind of information in order to help here. We got the instructional videos. We have these up top. We have these down here. These might be a little bit newer, and the instructional videos up top will go along with the textbook. You can use either resource that would be applicable for you. Note that when you go to these items here, they will go to a separate website, and if you wanted to go there directly, you can just copy that URL and not have to go through the portal or through Moodle Rooms in order to go through these items. The areas with the 2200 will be focused in on the master budget. We also have the audio lectures here. So if you click on these and other websites, you could copy and paste the URL and listen to that at a later time without going through the portal and Moodle. These are going to be designed to be audio only, so you don't need the visual. So if you're doing chores or something like that, you can go through those. And remember that you should be able to find those audio lectures as well in podcasts on iTunes. So if you want to download it on the phone, you can do that. If you have some other phone other than the iPhone, you could also look for the podcast using the application of Stitcher and listen to the podcast on a drive or a commute or something like that, if that would be applicable. We then have everything we need to do from the discussion forums on down, including the discussion forums being worth 21% of the grade. Make sure to pick up full credit on that 21% of the grade by having at least 4 posts. I would post more than 4 times. Remember that the discussion forums accumulate upwards. Therefore, a post can't really lose points for you, although a post can result in 0 new points and may not get the maximum amount of points to get to that total within the minimum of 4. Therefore, you want to be safe, post more, and remember to add content to the posts. We have the assignments and the homework. Although most of the work will be done in the third-party software up here in McGraw-Hill's Connect, remember that it will not all be listed up there. And although a lot of the work will not be done here in Moodle Rooms, it will all be listed. Therefore, whether it be in Moodle Rooms or Connect, you'll want to go to Moodle Rooms and check everything off. For example, this problem here, I believe, is actually in Moodle Rooms. I'm going to get rid of this in Connect. This one's actually going to be in Moodle Rooms, so you want to make sure to pick that one up this week. Don't miss that one. And then of course the homeworks will be in McGraw-Hill's Connect, those being the Learn Smart. So when you go to McGraw-Hill's Connect, 2 Learn Smart assignments, those are the homeworks. We don't have any other, 2 Learn Smart homeworks, those are the homeworks. We don't have an assignment because the assignment will be here. You'll have to download the Excel worksheet, work through it with the instructional video, and then upload it here. We then have the quiz, which is the midterm this time. Do not miss the midterm. Make sure to take it even if you don't feel comfortable or ready for it. You can't generally make up the midterm unless there's some kind of unusual circumstance, in which case we take that on a case-by-case basis. Therefore, if you run into a time constraint, take the midterm, then go back and take the assignments and homework for late work if you need to at a later time, knowing that you will lose some points for late work. Everything is due by Sunday. I'm going to try to get the grades in there. I have until Wednesday in order to do so. I'm going to go to this green icon. I will try to get everything updated by Tuesday around noon. Therefore, Tuesday around noon, check the gradebook, and you should have an imagination of what you think the gradebook should look like, considering that you've been following along and checking everything off as you go. And when you go into the gradebook, you want to match that out. See if it looks like you think it should, and let me know if there are any questions. For example, the discussion form should change from a dash to hopefully 100%, because everybody's shooting for 100% on the discussion forms as we've discussed. We then have the assignments, quizzes, and the homework. The week 2 items should populate as well in accordance with what has been received, as well as any week 1 work which was late in week 1 should be updated by Tuesday following the close of week 2. Same process will happen for week 3. Anything done within week 3, whether it be week 3 work or week 2 work that was done in week 3, will then be graded following the close of week 3, close happening on Sunday. I have until Wednesday to enter the grade. I'll try to get them in there Tuesday around noon. So that's going to be it for week 3. Have a great week 3.